Cheers! Welcome to my channel. This is a timely tarot oracle reading about random shift. If you resonate with the title and or the thumbnail, this reading is for you, delivered at the perfect time through the universe in the language of synchronicity. This is a general or collective reading, so parts may or may not resonate. Just take what works. It's also timely. So if you're watching it at this time, it is the perfect time for you. But having said that, if it's been a while since I posted this, what was going on in your life back then? That might give you further clarity as to a situation now. All right, we do have a King of Cups here, and we have a Queen of Cups. And so this could be a couple. This is the underlying energy for the whole reading, and then, but we do have the two of them in the same reading. So the King of Cups is representing someone. He wants to offer a cup of love, this king. He is the most emotionally available of all the kings. He has good control of his emotions. So this could be saying it would be a good idea for you also to be in that energy. He has a cup of love that he would like to offer. And love in tarot, the cups in tarot represent love. Quite often romantic love, but sometimes it can be about family or friends, children, etc. And it can also be about something you love to do or be. Now, what's interesting here is we do have a Queen of Cups as well, and she is the most likely to be in a traditional marriage. These two together are like more like a traditionally married couple. And she is the most loving of all the queens. Like, she's most maternal. So this energy represents like this. Her cup is like a big trophy in her lap, and she has a lid on it. That this is saying she's a container of unconditional love. So I feel this might already be a couple, and sometimes this can represent paternal and maternal energy. So this could represent down your father's line, like uncles, brothers, cousins, you know, that are down, grandfathers, great-grandfathers. And this could represent, you know, your mother, your grandmother, grandmothers, aunts, cousins that are female, that type of, maybe sisters, that sort of energy. And the two of them together, this could be representing a couple. Quite often when a king and queen come out together in a reading, they are a couple. So we'll see. We'll see what's going on here. We have the beginning card in this reading is talking about the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands represents an energy of wanting to expand. So this definitely could be, this could represent your parents, or it could represent, you know, a king is interested in a queen, you know, and getting married and wanting to expand his, you know, family, like maybe start a family, basically. Sometimes this energy can represent that. The wands are the element of fire, and fire, the wands are made of wood, so the wood does fuel fire. And so this represents passionate action. And it also can represent that this individual is standing on the turret of their castle, and they're talking like, I have the world in my hands. They're doing very well, but they recognize that they maybe want to move forward in a, you know, and expand. Like, this could be about a business, a family, something they're passionate about. So this quite often reminds me of an entrepreneur who you know, has already got a successful business where they're at, but they recognize they're a big fish in a little pond, and they need to, if they want to expand their business, they need to either, you know, this could represent taking it globally, or, you know, like moving to a larger center with your business, that type of thing, possibly going overseas with it. Going, you know, online as well as a retail, that, you know, it could be all sorts of things. It also could represent, as I said, someone wanting to start a family, something that they're passionate about. And then we have, yeah, like, so the pentacle energy in tarot does represent the, health, wealth, and happiness in the 3D. So quite often this energy, I mean, it is represented by the coin. The element is the element of earth. So it's about earthly matters and matters of the earth. And this, of course, money is a very big part of, being happy in the 3D. But you could have all the money in the world and still not be living the lifestyle that you want. So the pentacle energy actually does represent having a really good lifestyle. And perhaps that's what, this king, because he's over here, is thinking about offering this cup of love. And maybe this person is overseas or something like that. Like it could represent that. And so, because sometimes this card can talk about not just making a shift in your business or whatever, but actually physically moving, to another city, another country, another even overseas type energy, to a new province, to a new state, to a new city, from the rural area to the city, some sort of big change, maybe with real estate energy, with this energy coming out here. But this energy is saying that this person, he is wondering, he's put 6 pentacles of energy into this, and he's got this 1 pentacle here, and this is for his efforts, and he's like he's used to being way more successful than this. When it comes to pentacles, we have the 10 of Pentacles here, and that now we're talking money because the 10 of Pentacles is the most you can have, and it's talking about this would be billionaire, trillionaire energy. So this is having the ultimate lifestyle. It's raining money. The golden buzzer has been hit. It's the confetti's dropping. And we're talking about having the perfect partner, living in the perfect place, having the 2.5 perfect children with the perfect pets, and neighbors that, you even have time to be able to enjoy your neighbors. So it's not just about the money, but it's the freedom from having that lifestyle that it affords. And this person, so, at 7, 9 pentacles would be basically multimillionaire, 8 would be millionaire. This might be about 700K. So it's not a small amount of money. This person is used to being successful, but he's wondering where, like, I put all this time and money and energy invested in this project or whatever this is, and this is what I got out of it. I should have way more. And he's trying to figure out, should he do something different? Should he move forward in a different way? Should he just write this off and start something else? Is it going to be enough to be able to move into the lifestyle he wants if he is offering a cup of love? I feel that's coming up as well. So let's see what is going on here. And look at this, we have the 10 of Cups. I think he's going to figure it out. So this is saying, like, look at this, 10 of Pentacles and 10 of Cups. This is ultimate fulfillment in a perfectly imperfect world. This is saying not only do you have the lifestyle that you want to live with the money and all of that, but you also have all the love, coming towards you and feeling a lot of love. So this is really a beautiful energy to be in. So this is talking about whatever is going on here. Maybe he just needs to move or make a move, That's the energy. Maybe it's like, he's been busy at work, but his mind's been on other things, passionate things, if you know what I mean. So maybe that's what it is. Let's see some more. We've got, okay, so we have some inner and outer conflict being represented here. The Five of Swords represents an energy of, this person is in a position where there's outer conflict, and he has taken on these 2 people and he's won. And he's like, if there's anyone else, let's have it now, because I'm in the mood, and I will do what I need to do to recover this, to get what I want. I want this perfect life here, and I'm going to fight for what's mine. It's that type of energy. So this is representing outer conflict. But he might have some inner conflict happening as well, because sometimes this card represents an inner conflict. So this can represent, him standing here, and this is representing 3 different versions of him. And the swords in tarot represent your, the element of air. It's your thoughts, and basically your mental intelligence, discipline of your mind. So this can represent your subconscious, unconscious, and conscious mind. So the subconscious mind is formed by the time we're about 6. And, if you try and think about what happened to you when you were a baby or when you were up to about kindergarten age, you probably don't have a lot of memory unless you've had some sort of traumatic something happen. But you might remember that. But like generally, if your life has been pretty, even keeled, your subconscious mind is heavily imprinted by that, like on you by the time you're around age 6, 7. And you think about what a baby has to learn in the first year alone, and you think about the baby absorbs their environment like a sponge, and also everything they learn like a toddler learns, and learning the language that you speak, the religion that you follow, the food you eat, just pretty much all the different values that you have, the way you approach life. All of that is determined, by the people who are in charge of your care. And it's heavily imprinted on us, but we don't really remember it. So we have, really, the subconscious mind is really the thoughts of the people that were in charge of our care and who they thought we were, And so it's not the most reliable mind, but it's the one that when we get triggered, it pops up first, and that's what we take action on. And sometimes it doesn't work as well for us as we'd like. We have the unconscious mind, which is more of your spiritual needs. And, a lot of people recognize I'm a human being, I have a soul. But from the soul's perspective, you are a soul traveling in a human body as your vehicle to get around. And your soul has needs. And if your soul is not, your soul's spiritual needs are not met, then it starts becoming very loud and causes like friction and argument with the subconscious and the conscious mind. Conscious mind is, hey, this is what you have a handle on. I just, fought with these two dudes and I wiped their clocks, and they better, if there's anyone else, come forward now. This is an energy of two swords. Like the two swords here can represent, your logic and your intuition. So if you can get these three working together and then plug into your heart by using your intuition plus your logic, then you get more into your authentic desires. If you have inner conflict, it tends to attract outer conflict. And if you have outer conflict, it tends to cause inner conflict. So it can be a vicious circle. And you don't want to be in this energy where you feel like you have to fight for anything. Like you shouldn't have to fight for love. You shouldn't have to fight for having a good lifestyle. I mean, sometimes we do have to. But you don't want that to become a habit. It's more like life should be easier and more flowing. And we do have the King of Wands energy here. So this is interesting because now we have, now this is saying to me that this is more maybe I'm talking about the King of Wands wanting to offer a cup of love. He's been coming up in the readings a lot lately here. He must have someone on his mind, because this feels more like a couple already. So this could be representing something that's happening in your family. And maybe you have found the person. This came up in another reading not so long ago. I'm trying to think here, where someone was wanting to, move forward and maybe be with someone and offer them a cup of love. And I think it came up very similar to this. And yeah, I can't remember if that was a daily reading or a random reading. So this must be in the air. It's really funny. I shuffled these cards and shuffled them because I was like, I'm tired of the same characters showing up. But it was so funny because I've done a few readings and the same cards are coming out. And that happens sometimes. It's just the way the energy is right now in the world, I guess. People have a lot of energy right now that this is what's coming up. So the King of Wands is considered to be very sexy, and he's someone that is optimistic. He represents the element of fire. He's very much very likable and has a good sense of humor. He's a visionary, so he's optimistic. And so people enjoy his company. On the back of his throne here, he has these salamanders in a circle with the little lion here, and also a little salamander running by here. And that represents protection from fire. But I've noticed a while back this face on there, and there's two eyes and a mustache and then smoke coming out of the mouth here. And I was like, wow, This could just mean that he's smoking hot, because he is, or this could mean, hey, where there's smoke, there's fire. So something to keep in mind about the King of Wands is he has a tendency, his love of adventure and being looking out for visionary new projects, etc., tends to bleed into his romantic life. So he is like, fire signs mostly are that's the Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius energy tend to be the last ones to settle down. So just keeping that in mind. But if if this is representing a cup of love that he wants to offer, I mean, this could represent that this king is this king as well. Sometimes that comes up that way. And this is the energy, he wants to offer a cup of love to someone he's passionate about. He wants to start a family with them. And, I think in the other reading, it came up that the parents, it was like they weren't in agreement with who he was going to be with or whatever. So let's just keep going. So now that he knows what he knows, he has conviction beyond a doubt. So we've got now the Seven of Wands here. So this is talking about something has happened, and he knows what he knows. Maybe he knows that this is that he wants to offer this cup of love for sure, and that's absolutely for sure. And he has conviction beyond a doubt that this is the person that he wants to start a family with, etc. And he's standing on higher ground to defend that position. And that may be maybe this energy coming towards him that's threatening his lifestyle. I'm not, there could be a lot of scenarios for this, but sometimes this energy can represent, he has a boot on one foot and a shoe on the other. So this can be like sort of caught between two worlds energy, and this could be actions of other people coming towards him, trying to stop him from doing what he wants to do here. Now this could be, family members, or it could be co-workers, or it could be strangers. It could be it could be whatever it is. It could be maybe it's the person that he wants to marry. Maybe her family doesn't want this arrangement, something like that. And then we have someone from your past, basically. Or this could be someone that you've known since your childhood. And this card here represents there needs to be some sort of forgiveness. Maybe there's two families that really know each other, and they're like, what, you're going to marry them? Are you nuts? It's that kind of energy. I don't know, something. Because we do have, like this cutthroat energy, kind of like, what is this really about? This is talking about, like, this card can represent several things, but it's kind of talking about how your childhood might be a bit of an illusion. It can also talk about that someone is coming into your life from the past that maybe you knew from when you were a child, and maybe elementary school, high school, when you started college, that sort of energy, and that maybe you run into each other somehow, or you see each other somewhere. And now you're like, whoa, you've grown up, and like you start a relationship, and maybe the two families don't like each other, or they are in conflict with each other over something. Could be that sort of thing happening. So this card is about reconciliation, and reconciliation would represent an energy of you needing to have some sort of forgiveness. And when you forgive someone, it doesn't necessarily mean you want to reconcile with them or hang out with them, but sometimes it does. And this energy, this card is full of a lot of illusions. At first, when you see this card, it looks like these are two children playing with these flowers, but this is a gnome, and this is a little woman. And if you look at her more closely, she looks like a hag from the background, and she looks like a young woman from the front. And so this is talking about, they're both wearing this white mitt. And this white mitt in tarot, this is representing, I don't want to get my hands dirty. Now the old hag, she's like, go away with those stupid flowers. They don't even belong to you. Like, we don't want them. We're not, let's go. And the younger woman is being nice, and she's explaining to him, we don't want to get our hands dirty wearing our finery and going on. And this is saying, if someone from the past that you came in, that was in your life, and they came in and they caused some sort of hardship here, are you going to be nice to them? Are you going to people please? Are you going to accept them back in your life and give them another chance? Or are you going to take them at their word that when they showed you the first time around? Or this could even be possibly, there's like, Romeo and Juliet. I don't even really know the story of Romeo and Juliet that well. It's been so long. But it's two families that are not in agreement with their with the people that their children are marrying, basically. I feel like it could have something to do with that. Now, the flowers in these pots, they are even an illusion, because white flowers in tarot mean that something is innocent, but this is not an innocent plant, because it's from the nightshade family. It's called Datra, and this plant, if it's ingested by children or pets, it can cause them to be very ill. And so you would never let children play with these pots, with these flowers in them. You wouldn't plant them around animals or children. And sometimes even shamans will use Datra to heal childhood wounds. So, in their ceremonies. And this is sometimes to heal the energy of something that happened in your childhood. Sometimes we can't even remember what that is because we disassociate from it, or there could be some illusion about something that happened in your childhood that's holding you back, some sort of energy like that. And then we also have this person that looked like they were watching over the children, and it's really just a stranger walking down the path. So, the whole thing, this could be saying that there's something that is from your childhood that maybe your parents haven't told you, which is why the real reason why they don't want you to connect with this energy or whatever, something like that. I don't know. It's come up in the last week or 2 weeks before, and it was the same characters. Like, that's the thing, except I think there's a queen missing here. So in any case, this is talking, this could be the person that the King of Wands is passionate about and wants to offer a cup of love, and it might not have anything at all to do with the parents. It could be something else, but definitely this could be someone from your past, or someone that you've known, like maybe that you knew and then you haven't seen for a long time, because this is almost like, but what is the reconciliation about? Sometimes this can just represent a reunion of sorts. Okay, so we have, and what's weird though is, again, we have the pentacles here, and it's interesting because this came up in another reading too. I don't know. This is like 4 + 6 = 10. And so I'm wondering if, hi, little girl. Okay, sorry, my cat just woke up and she loves to be part of the reading. So she's like, what? You started a reading without me? You can sit on my lap. That's a good girl. So this is talking like the 4 of Pentacles is like saying you have a strong foundation, but you're not, this isn't like a lot. Like, this is, just enough money basically to meet your obligations, pay your bills, etc. It's safe money. And then like this card is actually about the 3 levels of making money. So it's more money focused. And then this is going after your heart's desires, and then your crown and glory. And if you add this 6 up with that 4, then we do have 10. And there is something about that in another reading. So it may be something that's coming up for someone in the collective here. And maybe this is talking about the situation from another angle, or it's a similar one that might spark something for someone here. So this is when you are, again, it's talking about wanting to leave one place and move to another. You notice he has his back to the city here. And this energy is talking about sometimes playing small and not taking opportunities because you're playing it too safe, or being sold short, or this energy can sometimes represent playing small, you know. So maybe in the past something happened here, and it maybe happened between, you know, your family members or some sort of energy like that. And so this is about leaving your comfort zone, and so is this. And I feel like there's something significant here about, you know, this 10 of Pentacles here being what you should have, and having 4 up here instead of, and 6 here. It's that type of energy. So when I do random shift readings, I never know. Sometimes I'm a little bit confused by them because there's not a lot of cards, but people inevitably will let me know, oh yeah, that was exactly what I needed to know. So, you know, put it in the comment box below if this is resonating with you in some energy. So this is talking about possibly wanting to expand for sure, and being passionate about it and feeling really good, confident. You're at the top of your turret, you're doing well, but now you want to expand. Very much the King of Wands energy. And you'll fight for it. Like, you're willing to fight for it but you would, like, you don't want to be in this there's some sort of inner conflict, I feel. But this is like, now that you know what you know, so maybe some information came in, and now that you know what you know, you are protecting your heart, and you're doing what your heart wants, like not so much what your logical mind wants. And then, but there's this energy of somehow, I feel it's about this energy. And then this is something that happened in the past. Now that could be parents or grandparents, or, you know, it could be you, like it whatever that is. But this is like really good energy. If you can find some resolution in that, and move forward in a strong way and go after your heart's desires, it looks like you do very, very well here. So that's the good part. If you know, if you're leaving the reading here and you're like, yay, I'm just going to leave it at that. This is really, really good, awesome energy, and all this love, you know, coming in with passion. There's a lot of really good energy here. And so I'm going to clarify, and maybe we'll just get a little more clarity. I do feel like this is very similar to one of the readings, but like, I've done a lot of readings, so I can't remember exactly. This is coming from my oracle, it's Tales from the Vector. I do have a website, talesfromthevector.com, and I started it back in 2007. In 2020, I completed all 64 paintings. I'm bringing it out eventually, but I'm playing with it online because I'm gathering the information for the book that goes with it. And I'm learning a lot with every reading. So I will put the numbers on these cards represent the paintings as they're on my website. And I will have that information in the box below. I'll put them in the order they appear here, so you know which paintings to look for. So we have judgment coming in, and this is God's judgment. This is judgment of the cosmic, that this cup of love, it's time for this cup of love to come through. You deserve it. The King of Cups deserves, if you're the King of Cups, you deserve to have this love. And if the King of Cups is offering this cup to you, then you deserve to have it. The Tower is talking about, the word divorce is on here. I don't necessarily feel like I'm picking up that kind of energy. I feel like the divorce in my tarot represents, the worst divorce would be from source, but some sort of tower hits, and that causes, it's a reality check. And so this is something that happened with this. I feel that it's with this energy here, because we've got that 10 of Pentacles here. Like, that's a big difference, right, from 4. So whatever's going on, I feel like maybe some sort of truth is coming out, because we do have the Hierophant here. And the Hierophant is about bringing justice to a situation. The Tower comes in with the truth. So if you're on the right side of the law, then it comes in your favor. It's a blessing from the Hierophant. And if you're on the wrong side of the law, spiritual and also on the physical, then you'll have to deal with that energy. Perception, maybe, okay, so there's the grass is greener on the other side, and then whoever is in that energy or was in that energy found out it was fake after all. So there could have been some sort of energy here with this conflict here, maybe something happened. And this, like I said, I feel like it could have happened to your ancestors more, or it could have happened in the past between families. Like there could have been some, conflict between families. And then the temperance is talking about having the patience to stay on your path so that you can move into this energy. The thing about anger is it's the gift that keeps on giving. And it can be passed down from one generation to another. And so it could be a situation like that. We have intent. So the road to hell is paved with good intentions. And this is sitting on this energy here. So maybe something happened in the past and it wasn't intended to be something that would be wronging another person, but, shift and go properly. And there is something about perception. There could have been, and there is some lover energy here. So this could even be someone in the past, from your past, that it didn't work out with, and now they're coming back in. Be very careful of that energy. People have a tendency to show you who they are the first time around. But it could be even someone in your childhood or in high school that you dated and whatever, then you moved to college or whatever, and now you run into them again. So, some sort of energy like that, because we do have the lovers coming in, and we do have this cup of love and all this really good energy after. So maybe you just weren't old enough, because now we have the Libra energy here at the top. And this is talking about being mature enough to be at a level where you would be able to handle a commitment. As I said, sometimes the King of Wands can be the last to settle down. The fire signs have a tendency to enjoy their freedom, and it takes them longer to settle down. Once they settle down, though, they can be really this stable partner. So I feel like this is talking, maybe this is someone coming back in that if you were with in the past, they were someone that was not ready for a commitment, and now they are. That's the kind of energy. But it would be kind of more, I feel, from your high school days. And that would be totally normal, or maybe it also could be talking about one of you was married at the time, so it didn't happen, and now you're not, or whatever. So because there is this grass is greener on the other side energy. So, if this is your reading, you'll have some sort of idea here. I just want to make sure to tell you, though, that when I'm talking about, in a general reading like this, if I'm talking about horoscope signs coming out, I'm not talking about individuals. I'm talking about what can we learn from each of the signs. Having said that, this could be a Libra in your situation, but I just want you to be aware that's not my goal in my readings. I'm more interested in kind of the stage of life that sign's at. And so we all, if you ever get your chart done, you have all the signs in your chart mostly. Most of us have most of the signs. And so we have a little bit of that energy in all of us. So we can really learn from it, and we can learn to, understand other people better from this energy. All right, I do hope you've enjoyed this. And thank you for your likes and comments, subscribes. I really appreciate it. I'm honored when you do subscribe, and I will be back with another random reading for you soon. Bye for now.